So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're going to take a look at a landslide build for Atlas that I like to call the one punch frame build. So it doesn't have an exit slot yet, and it only requires one Forma, which is a V. So we're going to start off by adding steel charge. This is pretty much a perfect aura for Atlas because it adds a lot of mod capacity and it also increases the damage of landslide. Then for the defensive mods, I'm using armored agility, which is awesome for Atlas because he has a lot of armor and is slow as hell, so armored agility is awesome. And to push his armor even further, I'm using steel fiber. And since we have a lot of armor, we also want to put in vitality because without health, armor is kind of useless. For power efficiency, we're going to use fleeting expertise and streamline to make landslide as cheap as possible, and intensify blind rage and transient fortitude for power strength, so we hit as hard as possible with each punch. Now the melee weapon doesn't really matter, all that matters is the mods. And I'm using my Redeemer with True Steel for more crit chance on landslide, even though I'm not so sure about it, because I don't see landslide critting very often even with True Steel, so I'll probably swap it out for heavy trauma. Then I'm using Spoiled Strike for more damage and Body Count for increased melee combo timer. And this is very important because the damage of landslide is multiplied by your melee combo. And with Body Count, you will have more than enough time in between each landslide to find the target and punch him to keep up your combo. Then I'm using Pressure Point for even more damage and 4 elemental mods for as much damage as possible. Now, this is my Grineer setup, so I'm using Radiation and Viral. But you can swap the mods around to get different damage types, alright? But it doesn't really matter because even with Radiation and Viral, you'll be doing more than enough damage to the other factions as well. And just as a demonstration that you really don't need to swap the mods around, this is Radiation and Viral on the Redeemer, and here is Ambulus. And he's dead. I love this build. Now this build started off as sort of a fun build that I really wanted to do, you know, just run around and punch things, and it ended up being much more powerful than I thought it would be. You can one or two shot every boss in the game as long as they don't have a weak spot mechanic. And I've yet to find a normal unit that would survive at least one punch. Now granted, I didn't do any crazy endless runs with this build yet, but I did Draco, and even on round 4 I was still one-shotting the Exodus units with just one punch. And it was the same in Tower 4 mission, so I think it's safe to say that this build will get you through the entire solar map and the void as well. Now the most important thing about this build is definitely the fun factor. It's just fun to run around, punch things and see the enemies fly in all directions. However, there is one downside to this build, and that's the energy sustain. Because even though landslide is very cheap, you'll be casting it over and over and over again, and you will run out of energy fairly quickly if you get unlucky with energy drops. But if that's an issue for you, you can choose the generic focus school and run the passive, which regenerates your energy throughout the entire mission after you use the focus ability. And that's what I'm doing actually. And that gives you more than enough energy to punch things for hours on end. So all in all, a very powerful and fun build. Now, before I end the video, recently people started requesting videos by sending me emails. And please don't do that. I don't check my emails all that often, but I do check my comment sections every day. So if you have a request for a video, just post it in the comment section. Alright? And that's pretty much it for the video. So I thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.